Oh, hey, I'm glad you're back. Today, we are going to keep working through our memory book. If you did not see and you want some help thinking about this page or these pages or these pages or these pages, I talk about these in another video, in two different videos, and you can look back at the YouTube channel to look at those. Today, we are going to look at four more pages in our memory book. We're going to look at a page about books, a page about our special classes, a page about our friends, and a page about recess. So, if you don't have your memory book, you can grab it now, and let's look at this page, which says, let's look at some books. So, these are some of the best books I read this year. These might be books that we read all together. They might be books that you read independently, and they might be books that you read during small reading group. They also might be books that you read at home. So think about the books that you read this year and what are some that you remember really enjoying. My favorite spot in the classroom to read is, so if you got to be the first person to choose where you wanted to read in the classroom, where would you choose? Maybe a chair or on a pillow, maybe in the library or on the rainbow rug. So you wrote about some of the best books you read this year. This says, but this one is my favorite. So you could write the title or draw a picture to show what your favorite book is right now. And here's why. So you might write, because it has a surprise ending, or because it's really funny. So what's the reason that you have this as your favorite book? And then as you think about your favorite book, what is a part that you think is one of the best? This picture shows the best part of my favorite book. So, for example, if your favorite book was Peter's Chair, maybe your favorite part is when he runs away and sets up outside of his apartment. Or my favorite part of that book is when he tricks his mom and puts his shoes underneath the curtain, and she thinks that he's behind the curtain, but really he's not because it's just his shoes. So maybe I would draw that part of the book. All right. If you want to work on that page, you can pause the video and then come back when you're ready, and we will talk about our special classes. So when we talk about our special classes, those are music, PE, and computer lab. So these are the classes that you had every day with a different teacher. And here it says, blank is my favorite special because, so in here you can write which one of those was your favorite this year and why. You could write there, maybe computer is my favorite special because I got to learn how to do some coding, or music is my favorite special because we get to play instruments. And then we have here a list of our specials, and so here is where you would write these classes. In activity, I was pretty good at. So when you think about maybe your favorite special class, what was something you were good at? Maybe if PE is your favorite special class, it was a game that you learned in PE. An activity that was new to me. So when you think about your favorite special class or another special class, what's something that you learned this year that you didn't know how to do before? And finally, these are all the cool things we did in specials this year. Everything I could remember, at least. Now, one thing about this memory book is that there's no way to remember everything. So you're just going to do your best to write down and draw what you remember now. So You could write, you could draw. What are some of the very coolest things you remember about these classes this year? If you want to work on this page, you can pause the video and then come back when you are ready to move on to the next pages. Here you are going to think about some of your friendships this year. It says first grade friends, a peek, that means a look, a peek at some of my friendships. And these are little pictures, but of course you could draw as many people in these pictures as you want. There's also lots of lines where you could write people's names. You also could write things that you remember about your friends or things that you like about your friends in this page. The last page that we are going to look at today is called recess time. The best thing about recess is, lots of things could go there. I know during second recess, the best thing about recess for some of you is that you got to play soccer or that you got to use the bars on the kindergarten playground. The best thing about recess might be that you get to run around in the fresh air. Lots of reasons that you like recess. This says me during recess. You could draw a picture of maybe your favorite thing to do at recess. If you look for me during recess, you would usually find me. I am thinking about a lot of first graders, and there are lots of you that if I had to come and find you at recess, I would say, oh, I know where that person is probably going to be because I know the things that they love to do at recess. You could write some different things that are your favorites, or you could draw some pictures of yourself doing your favorite things. And finally, if we have indoor recess, if it's raining really hard outside, this doesn't happen very often, but a couple times a year we have to stay inside. What did we do when we had indoor recess? So those are the 4 pages that I am talking about today. Remember, if you want to talk or hear more about previous pages, pages before those 4, go and find those videos on the YouTube channel. Next time, we will talk about the last couple of pages and we will talk about some ideas for summer writing. See you then.